home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Chicago Bears. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 20-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, Fields. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game, and they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The Fields going to take this himself. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Off play action, Fields. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
After the sack on 1st down, Fields escaping the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And that's complete to Adams. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but two Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Yeah, you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. He's got room at the 30, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. In motion, the tight end. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw his Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score a pick six for the Bears touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Carr now to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking left side, and it's complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Carr to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. This is taken at about the 14. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Now a 2nd down at 6. Now it's Fields. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And able to find Allen Lazard. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp?
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to...
Fields hit and the ball is loose. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Back to Montgomery on second down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 2, Fields. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Once again, it's Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On play action, it's Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The slot man in motion right. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Room here to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll go option to the short side, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr steps away to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. That's complete right around the 8. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Play action. It's Fields. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Flushed out right. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now a first down throw, Fields. Completion here to Claypool. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fields throwing again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Chase Claypool, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he fields it cleanly. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Fields throw complete here to Komet. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off play action, Fields. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. It's complete. Lazard on the move past the 40. Touchdown, Chicago! Alan Lazard, 63 yards. And the Bears use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing his Carr. Gets this to Waller. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr to throw. Able to connect with Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On fourth down, Fields. A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Bears, that'll be a happy locker room as